So today I am talking about my week 3 routine, and I'll first sort of start by showing you as close up as I can with good light kind of what my face looks like. Now I am wearing a little bit of concealer today, but some of it has sweat off because it was very, very hot today, and the place where I am working now they've had some air conditioning issues. So it was really hot today, and I got up to my office. I have to climb like a really steep flight of stairs to get there, and my chin like sweats like crazy. My chin really is sweaty. So I think I sweat off most of the concealer there. But I think, as you can see, and one of the things that I talk about in my post is that I have rosacea in my cheeks, but I think you can tell that it's really years ago. So, and I didn't put on like a primer or anything, shame on me. But that's where I'm at with my redness. My nose is a little bit red, but my nose is always kind of a little red. I don't know if it's just like the sun or what, but my cheeks are looking pretty good. So yeah, so that's been great. Hi, Paige. Thank you. I love the gold too. Gold. And then, you know, you put on, so I don't know if everybody's ever used like ColourPop eyeshadows, but they're kind of like a gold, they're sort of like a gel, these Super Shock shadows, and you put them on with your finger. And then if you're wearing this gold one, you can put it on and sing the theme from Goldfinger, but I'm not going to do that. I'm actually going to talk about stuff that you care about. Okay, so my routine in the morning has been pretty basic. Cleanse. Most mornings I've been doing, you know, like a regular cleanse, and I have been alternating with the bamboo foaming cleanser and the oatmeal and rice cleansing grains, and I believe I'm reviewing these for my next live. So I like both of these. I like the oatmeal and rice because it's exfoliating, but it's very, very, very gentle. And I like how it kind of sort of foams up. It's neat. It's not something that I would have ever thought about trying before, but I really do like it. And then, of course, everyone knows my love for the bamboo cleanser. As you can see, I've gone through quite a lot because I love it. It smells so good. I love using it every day. Whenever I use it, my skin just feels really good. It feels like cleansed but not dehydrated, and I appreciate that. And like I said, it smells awesome. Okay, so also in the morning, I didn't bring it out with me, but I used my cucumber and aloe mist too. I just missed myself, and I've been kind of like rationing it out because I almost finished it. There's not a ton in that little spray, but I like doing that. And then after that, I like to go into my serum routine. So cleanse, then a spritz of the cucumber and aloe mist, and then serums. So first, of course, rolling on my coconut serum. And I love this because it's like an essence, and it rehydrates, you know, after cleansing. And it's, again, it's really thin. I think a lot of people have talked about that. It's being, you know, it's very, very thin. When you put it on your hand, it just kind of rolls down. But I really like it for that. And then I was also using my marine serum in the morning, but I'm almost done. Like, I have just like the tiniest little bit left in my marine serum bottle. So I've been kind of like only using that at night to try to stretch it a little bit more. But after my coconut serum, I go with red wine pressed serum. And as I mentioned before, I really like this because it is very hydrating and also soothing. So like these two. And my morning is pretty chill. My morning routine's very relaxed. Bamboo foaming cleanser, coconut serum, and then red wine serum. And it's very simple in the morning, you know, when you're tired and you're trying to get out the door. So definitely like that. Then in the evening, it depends on kind of what has been on my face during the day. But I will start with a oil cleanse if I have makeup on, which I do today. And I have just like an oil cleansing balm that's not Sabbatical Beauty. And then I will move on to the bamboo cleanser. Awesome. And then I will cleanse again. So it's like a triple cleanse. And I'll use a little bit of the peppermint water on a cotton pad. Hi, Nellie. Hi, Katie. Nice to see you guys. This stuff smells so good. It's like, smells exactly like a peppermint patty to me. Don't drink it, Julie. Okay. So, oil cleanse, bamboo foaming cleanser, peppermint water. Then, every other day, I will use the strawberry cocktail exfoliating toner, which I love. It smells great, and I love how sort of refreshed it makes my skin feel. I was using this every day, but I think it was too much for my rosacea. So switching to it every other day, I think, has really helped. Thank you, Katie. My hair actually really isn't long enough to do too much with, but today I did this. So there's just a lot of pins holding it together. I don't know, whatever. And then we move on to Serum Town. Serum Town, Population Me. And of course, we roll onto, of course, coconut, marine serum, and red wine press serum. And then, what I have been adding lately, which has been helping a lot, I had this bottle of Moar Honey serum sitting around for a while because I was only using it whenever I had like skin irritations. Like I've mentioned before, Moar Honey is really great for any kinds of wounds or irritations, like if you have redness because you've been sick and you've been blowing your nose a lot. Moar Honey too is amazing for helping heal your skin more quickly. And then I was thinking, I really should use this a little bit more, see what else it can do for me. So I've been using it. I've just been using it on my jawline. And then last night I used a little bit kind of up here, right in between my eyebrows, because that's where I've been getting some acne. And the acne that I get kind of along my jawline is, pretty much hormonal. It's not super bright red. It's not sort of like pustules or anything. It's just bumpy, slightly red, just kind of annoying and hard to really do much with. So I've been using the Moar Honey on that, and it is smoothing it out a bit. It's not real noticeable right now, but I was touching my face the other day. Wow, my skin is really, really, really smooth right there. Katie said, how do I feel with Moar Honey for my rosacea? That's a great question. I haven't actually put it on the places where I have the most rosacea, but you know what? I'm going to start doing that because you suggested it. I think I'm going to start putting it all over my face and see how that goes for a couple of weeks, just in the evening. But I would say, the whole routine has really soothed my rosacea quite a bit. And other stuff that I've been using with it to kind of improve the soothing properties of the routine. After I do my serums, I was doing some rosehip seed oil, which is really nice, but I felt like I didn't really need any facial oil just because it's been super warm. So I kind of left that out of my routine over the last week and a half. And so after I do my serums, if I have been out in the sun, I will use a little bit of the After Sun Balm, which this wasn't in the summer box, but I noticed that I had a sample of it somewhere. I'm not sure where I got it, but when Cindy started talking about how she really liked it, and I actually read a little bit more into what was in it, I was like, oh, it has some of the ingredients that marine serum has. So I started using it on the days where I've been outside for, more than an hour, and feel like my skin has gotten a little bit irritated, or my rosacea has been a little bit irritated from the sun. So I do use this a little on occasion on the days where I have been out in the sun for like more than a little bit of time. Hi, Cindy. Cindy, I was just talking about how you inspired me to use my sample of After Sun Balm because I had it and I forgot that I had it. Natalie says After Sun has helped for her rosacea. Okay. I'm going to continue I'm going to use it then on my cheeks, in addition to the Moar Honey, to kind of keep taking this rosacea down. We're gonna conquer this rosacea. We're gonna bring it to its knees. All right. And then the remaining stuff in my routine, anti-aging eye gel oil, of course, around the eyes. Very, very nice. I've been using this for a long time, and I really like it. You just need the tiniest bit. I tap it just around under here and then around my eye area like this, because one of my areas of concern, of course, are just developing some fine lines and dryness in my eye area. And then to seal it all up, Camel Milk Cream. Please excuse my nails. I don't know if they're like presentable or not. And this you don't need too much of either. I just take about, I don't know, like as much as would be sort of like the volume of a dime, and rub it all over my face. I was just putting it on my cheeks, but then I started putting it all over my face, and I didn't notice any breakouts or anything like that. I'm very cautious about certain moisturizers because I still have this like weird thing in my head where I'm like, oh, putting moisturizer on my face is going to make me more oily. It's a conspiracy. No. But I've noticed, and I've been doing the camel milk all over my face every night for about 2 weeks now. And yeah, it's been great. Katie says, anti-aging eye gel oil is awesome all over. It's amazing how my skin looks very smooth and soft. Yes, I have noticed that, you know, anywhere that I put the eye gel oil, you know, I wake up and my eyes are like super nice. Gab says, I love camel milk. I do too. It's awesome. And Natalie says, we'll do it together. Yes, we're going to conquer rosacea together. Suck it, rosacea. Hashtag suck it, rosacea. All right. So that's basically been my routine. Cindy says, I was afraid of moisturizers prior to using Sabbatical Beauty. Me too. I don't know if anybody else is in the same boat as me and Cindy, but I was terrified of moisturizer before I started using Sabbatical Beauty stuff. Yes, suck it, rosacea, for the win. Very, very scared of moisturizing my face, and moisturizing and actually taking care of my skin and hydrating it. Total revelation. Hi, Jennifer. I'm glad you're here. Drove into the driveway on 2 wheels trying to get to my live. Well, I feel honored that you did some Evel Knievel stuff to get here. That's pretty tight. Cool. So does anyone have any questions or any stuff about my routine that I could comment on? I'm still feeling like I'm not 100% sure what I'm supposed to say during my my live, but thank you, Jennifer. Jennifer says she loves them. Thank you. Katie says, I use very little and use it at night. Yeah, that's just when I use moisturizer, pretty much at night. And in the summer, I don't use any really during the day. During the winter, I do use a very light moisturizer during the day. But yeah, and you know, we have to, as our skin changes kind of throughout our lives, throughout our process of aging, we do need to take different steps to treat it and take care of it. And as I'm getting older, I was, you know, very much like thinking I have to be a little kinder to my skin. I have to add more moisturizer and stuff. All right. Jennifer says, I have rosacea too. Do you find any products that you notice maybe didn't comment as well as others? That's a good question. Not really any Sabbatical Beauty products. The only thing that I noticed was that sort of reducing how frequently I use the strawberry cocktail toner has helped it calm down. So I guess just be careful of like using things that have acids or in them, like the strawberry cocktail toner. Doesn't mean you definitely need to exfoliate, but I think just doing it every other day and sort of figuring out kind of where your skin is. But everything else has been really good. Natalie says, After Sun is the shit. Game changer for summer moisturizer. Yes, I agree. Katie says, how do you like the cucumber mist? I like it. I have never been like a big user of facial mists. But I do kind of like the sensation of sort of like spritzing my face. So, yeah, I mean, it's a nice step. It kind of is like a nice wake up. I'm probably not a person who would continue buying facial mists because they're not sort of like one of my skincare fetishes. Like my skincare fetish is obviously serum. I'm a serum junkie. So I had at one point I had like 12 or 13 serums, and I definitely was really into them. Natalie says the cucumber mist has to soothe the red face. I think it does. I think just for me though, I definitely do like the cucumber and aloe mist. I feel like it's, yeah, I mean, I feel like I always pay more attention to serums, but maybe I should think more about mists and kind of what they can do for my face. Hi, Catherine. Thanks for joining in. Woohoo. So yeah, definitely, I always like avoid using mists in the winter for some reason. I guess because like early in the morning and it's cold, and I'm like, well, really what I definitely want to do is spray myself in the face. Not really. But yeah, I do like the cucumber and aloe mist. Serum problems, yes. Serums are just keep putting the magic potion on your face, you know. Magical potions and shimmery things and things that squirt out of little science bottles. You're like, science, alchemy, you know, doing that to your face, which is fun. All right. My husband just called from the other room, hashtag little science bottle, and that is exactly correct. So if you have serums, just call them little science bottles. And, you know, when you're in the bathroom and, like, someone walks in and is like, what are you doing? You just say, science! You know. Hashtag science. All right. Okay. So, that's well phrased. Katie Lanner says, have you tried anything on your husband? Oh, Katie, so many things. I've tried so many things on my husband. I'm resilient. Yell from the other room, I'm resilient. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you for wishing us happy anniversary. Well, the other day, Phil spritzed on himself some of the mist. Oh, today he asked me after he got out of the shower today if he could try the Peppermint beauty water because he was super hot and he thought it would be nice to cool off. And he liked it, I think. Right, dear?
Yes, I enjoyed it.
He liked it, for sure. I actually, a couple years ago, when I first started buying products from Sabbatical Beauty, the first product I ever tried, and probably a lot of you know that one of my favorite products from Sabbatical Beauty, of course, is Marine Serum. And I have gone through at least, you know, I've gone through so many bottles of Marine Serum. I was just amazed by how much my skin improved just from using it. Phil, Katie wants you to get on camera.
She wants me to get on camera?
Yeah, you gotta come in here.
Oh,
yeah.
Am I decent?
I don't know, are you?
My hair is all like crazy.
So is mine. Anyway, so I was so amazed by how well...
Yeah, I'm on camera.
There he is. Hi, buddy.
Hi, everybody. How's it going?
Aww.
Having a good life?
Yes, they are.
Your lips are very sparkly.
They are. I put in gold lip gloss.
Oh.
There he is. Yeah.
There
So remember I bought you that bottle of Marine Serum a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, and at the time, he and I were living in different states. We were long distance, and so I gave him the bottle of serum when I saw him, and I said, you know, use this on your face like every morning and every night, just about this much, and see how your skin is. And his skin was kind of like mine was. It was, you know, pretty blemish-prone, redness, oily. Blotchy. And I gave him the bottle of serum, and the next time I saw him, which was several months later, I like couldn't believe how much his skin had improved. He looked totally different. Yeah. Not as blotchy, exactly. Not as oily. Much nicer. Much better.
Much more presentable.
Yes. And ever since then, he's been into the skincare, so to speak. So every time Phil and I go to a store which has such things, he comes home with a few masks. He is a mask fan. He's a big fan of like clay masks and charcoal masks and other kinds of masks. So over in our bathroom right now, there's like lots of masks. We were at Walgreens the other day, and he, of course, like heads right to the skincare aisle, and he picks up a bottle of like cucumber mask, and he's like, "Oh, this is good." Or like the other time, he's like, "Which one of these should I buy?" "I'll buy both." So you mask pretty much every day, don't you?
Every time we go shopping.
Yeah. Oh no, when do you use the mask? Yeah, you mask pretty much every day. Every other day? Yeah.
When it's hot.
Yeah, for sure.
I have an important beauty question for you.
Okay.
How do you look straight forward with that ring light on and not die? Because every time I look up, I'm like, blindness.
I'm slowly burning out my retinas.
Oh, okay. So
yeah, it's a sacrifice I have to make for beauty.
I think I need to come in here Rambo style in my sunglasses. Maybe I'll be able to take it.
Yeah.
Like keep trying to look up, and it's just so bright.
Yes.
It's so bright.
It is.
Do they know how bright it is?
I'm not sure. It's so bright.
So bright.
Okay. You can go back to doing what you were doing.
Have a good life.
Okay. Love you. So that was a cameo from Phil. All right, so I put on here some tarot wisdom. So I promised that I would do something with tarot cards. Earlier this week, I've been pulling a weekly tarot card for the last couple of months. I've been using tarot cards for a really long time, but I started pulling kind of a card weekly. I was doing it daily, but it felt like it was too much. So I've been doing it weekly. And the one I pulled for this week is the Daughter of Pentacles. And I pulled this card, I believe, on Sunday morning. And the Daughter of Pentacles is also the Page of Pentacles in other decks. And the Daughter of Pentacles, you can see she's a little doe here. And she's looking, she's got the rainbow above her, and she's ready to take on the world. She's looking a little nervous, but she's ready. And the Page of Pentacles or the Daughter of Pentacles usually symbolizes things in the material world, because pentacles always symbolize the material world. And new opportunities, new things that you're going to go into, maybe not knowing exactly what they're going to be like, but you're going to go into them nonetheless with optimism. And when you know, I pulled this on the week I started my new job. So that's pretty cool. So I thought I would pull another card just for kind of everybody who's hanging out on here right now. The deck I'm using tonight is the Wild Unknown Tarot. It's a really popular tarot deck. Probably some of you have seen it before. And all of the cards have animals on them. I don't think there are any human beings represented anywhere on the deck. But other than that, it's a Rider-Waite-Smith type deck. So I'm going to pull a card for everyone who's here. And this is the message that the tarot has for you today. Just shuffling cards here in front of me, thinking about all of y'all. Thanks for joining me today on the live. And I am going to cut my cards. I always cut my cards to the left into 3 piles. And I either take the bottom or the middle pile. All right. Hi, Chitra. All right. So the card that I have selected. Oh, this is a good one. All right. So the card that I have pulled for all of you guys who are here is the Ace of Pentacles. Now, this is an awesome card to see, I believe, just anytime. I don't know too much in terms of negative associations with the Ace of Pentacles, because aces are always great in the tarot deck. So as you can see, Like I said, the Wild Unknown Tarot, it's all natural things. There aren't any human beings in the deck. It's all like plants and animals. So the pentacles symbolize the material world. So what's going on in the material world? That would refer to things that happen with money sometimes. Careers, your jobs, what's going on in your job. What's going on perhaps in your house or your home. What's going on in your community in terms of the material things. Stuff that are your material possessions. That's all the domain of the pentacles. And aces always represent the beginnings of something. They always have a very fertile, very high vibrating energy associated with them. Because, they're the number one, the first card that comes out. There's a lot of motivation and a lot of intense energy that's associated with the ace. Now, whether or not it can be sustained is another thing, but it's sort of like that spark, that catalyst that's sort of raging at the beginning. So for all of you watching, I would say that this particular card is here to tell you that something in your material world is having an auspicious beginning. Some new opportunity, some new event, some new thing is coming into your world, your material, or something to do with your physical body or your house, or your home, or your job. Something bright and new and full of energy and full of optimism is on its way to you. That's the energy that's happening right now. So maybe take a look at where you're at in your life right now and think, where is this Pentacles energy? Where is this Ace energy appearing in my life? Have I overlooked anything that could be bringing me some new opportunities, some new optimism in my material world? It's sometimes easy for us to kind of focus on the negative and not see where there are these little small movements of the positive in our lives, because we're really good at dismissing anything that isn't, like earth-changingly good. We're really easy to dismiss, someone at our job saying, hey, good job on that report, because, we didn't get like a $20,000 raise. But it's those small things that really mean a lot and sustain us and can lead to larger and larger things. And the Ace and its energy has enough energy to sort of pump through and sustain us if we can catch it. And if we can sort of see where in our material lives there's that little spark of positivity and brightness that if we notice it and we nurture it, it can really lead to something bright and great. So in your material world, what is new and positive and starting that you can find and nurture and encourage? That's what I have for you guys tonight. Well, it's 8:33, and I am telling y'all who are watching on YouTube to please like and subscribe to the Sabbatical Beauty channel. Check us out. And I hope that everyone has a great rest of your evening. Tomorrow's Friday, so that's awesome. Have a wonderful evening and into your Friday. And I will see you again on here soon. Thanks, everyone, for stopping by.